What's up, cool cats and epic gamers? Today I'm going to be making, or starting to make, a game where you dock spaceships. Because yesterday I realized, hey, I know how you could make spaceships dock using the Godot engine. So today, school's canceled, and I'm going to do that. The first step is going to be
to water my plants. Ahaha. Okay.
The first step is going to be to make a really quick 3D model of a spaceship. I think I'm going to go for something that looks like a space station, since I kind of want to make the flying around be more about orbits than actual trajectory, because that seems easier to understand. And it's always good when the player's action results in what they expect to happen. Okay, so that is step 1 completed. I've made a very rough model of the space station. The next step is to create a planet and have it go around it in an orbit. The reason I googled that right then is because in the future I might have to attach the player to the planet, and if the scale of the physics body is adjusted, then anything attached to it is going to be adjusted the same as that. So that would be unfortunate, so what I'm going to do is scale the parts of the planet instead of the planet altogether. Alright, so now we're on to step 3. The space station can go around the planet, and I have attached the camera to it. But now we need to make it so you can change the orbit. I think that you should be able to go north relative to where you currently are, but keep that circular orbit, because that's probably what the player is going to expect to happen. And while it's not accurate, it'll be fun in my opinion. And there's more possible mechanics that you could create using that. This is much easier since I used a position 3D node rather than a path, because the X and Y rotation, which is like the axes that it's not currently rotating on, those adjust with the space station now. So I can just rotate one of those and it'll go up, and it'll also adjust the orbit, so this is perfect. This is perfect. This part of it ended up being way more complicated than I expected, so I took a quick snow break. If you couldn't tell what the issue was, what's going on is that the orbit is a disk, so it has a rotation in the space, but when I'm adjusting it, whenever the player goes up or down in the orbit, it's not staying rotated the same. Like, if there was a bar from the player to the other side, it's rotating along that, and that really doesn't make sense, and that's why it's creating all of these strange results. Welcome back, my snow break is now over, and I've added a couple effects like lighting and some stars, so it's more clear how you're moving. And yeah, that break took a while because I was very confused about how to solve the problem, but it turned out to be extremely simple. All that I needed to do was use the rotate function, which I've never used before, but I just had to rotate the orbit along its own basis x, which means just one of its sides, like how it defines it from itself. And that ended up just solving everything. So all of that works now. Added a little up and down. There isn't collision yet, so you can go inside the planet. But that is a problem for the next episode of whatever I choose this series is gonna be called. The next episode I'll probably make a player and an inside of the space station, because I would like this control to only happen when you're in the pilot seat. I even added a fancy little note on the code. Big brain. Editor Dom here. There wasn't really anywhere that I could naturally put this in, but the demo is available in the description. But that's all for today. Stay cool and always remember, I am the Crotons.